Hi, and welcome to a special In Conversation hosted by the Australian Baha'i community. My name is Ava Momtazian, and today we are joined by Noura Rohani. Noura is a Qatari Baha'i woman who's currently living in Australia. Welcome, dear Noura.
Hi, Ava. Thank you for having me.
Noura, please tell us a little bit more about the situation you and your family have found yourselves in over the last few weeks.
Yes, so I'm a Qatari Baha'i who was born and raised in Qatar. My family are there, all my friends are there, and my memories are there. Unfortunately, I was forced to leave my country because of the systematic discrimination against the Baha'is in Qatar. And currently, I reside in Australia with my husband and our 8-year-old daughter. My father has been imprisoned on the 23rd of December, just before the holidays, in Doha, Qatar, just solely for his faith, for being a Baha'i by the Qatar government.
Now, according to a statement from the Baha'i international community, a Qatari court framed your father in a prejudicial case that was judged in absentia in early 2021, but following international concern was assured by the officials that his sentence would not be enforced. Are you able to share some more about the circumstances surrounding his arrest?
Yes, so my father was imprisoned on the 23rd of December in Hamad International Airport as he was due to travel on that day, despite assurances by the Qatari officials that his previous 1-month prison sentence will not be enforced. In fact, just a week before, he had reassurances that he's free to travel. And so this really came as a shock to the whole family and to the community as well.
Your father is referred to as a highly respected Qatari citizen and a senior Baha'i dignitary. Can you share a bit more about him, his life, and the kind of person that he is?
My father, Remy Rohani, is a highly respected Qatari citizen. He has served his country with distinction for decades. He was the CEO of the Qatar Chamber. He was the director of the International Chamber of Commerce, the Middle East and North African Regional Office. He also served as the chairperson of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Qatar, which is really a pastoral, voluntary role that addresses the spiritual and administrative needs of the Baha'i community. My father is someone who embodies the selfless spirit of service, and I grew up learning from him and from my mother that we should serve every society that we live in, and everywhere we are, that place is our home, and that is where we serve.
You mentioned that your father's arrest came as a shock to you and your family. Can you share a bit more about your response to receiving the news?
Yes, it was indeed a big shock, and the first few days were extremely difficult, and I felt like my days and nights were blurred, and sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night and think I'm in Qatar and things like that. But then I thought, like, I really need to have control of my mind and my body and my emotions, and I thought the best thing I could do is pray. And we did that as alone. We did that as a family. So the three of us would get together and pray. Our 8-year-old daughter came to me one day and said, "Mommy, I'm going to pray every single day until Baba Remy is released." And I thought that was the sweetest thing. And I thought, why not record it? So every night we'd sit together, pray, and then we would record her. And I would send it to the family WhatsApp group so that my mom and the rest of the family would feel a bit of joy in these difficult times. And then I started uploading it on a podcast, and then I just called it Prison Prayers and started sharing it just to spread more hope to whoever is in similar situations.
Wow, that's a very creative response. Can you share what else you and your family did to keep hope during this time?
Yeah, so in the Baha'i writings, we read that art is elevated to the level of worship. And being an artist, I thought, why not paint and channel our energies, our emotions, and our thoughts into painting? And so that's what we did, the three of us, every single day. We'd put up canvases, brushes, paints, and we'd turn on classical music and listen to prayers and start to paint. And our daughter came up with this beautiful painting that she had painted specially for her grandfather. And she said that she wanted it to be sent to prison to him. And that's what we did. We sent it through Post Australia, and it has arrived to Qatar now. She had this very beautiful poem written on it. It reads, Even though you're in the darkness of a black pit, the ocean of God can still reach you. Along with other beautiful, sweet messages like stay strong, have spirit, and along with a few strawberries and pomegranates. And she was admonishing him to have those because they're very healthy. So it was, it's quite a journey.
Now, zooming out a little, the Baha'i international community has claimed that your father's detention is emblematic of the kind of discrimination that's faced by the Qatari Baha'i community. They have asked the authorities to finally begin to address this, starting with the immediate release of your father. They further state that they remain ready to support and collaborate with the authorities to foster an environment of mutual understanding and progress. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yes, I would like to ask the international community to be the voice for the voiceless and to call for the immediate release of my father, Remy Rouhani, who has been imprisoned unjustly and without any basis, solely for his faith, solely for being a Baha'i.
Thank you so much, dear Noura. We will end with one of your daughter's prayers that she has recorded. These are uploaded daily on Spotify and can be found under the podcast labeled Prison Prayers. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you for having me, dear Abba.
Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily thou art their helper and their Lord. Baha'u'llah.